And what is up, everybody, and welcome back to whatever this is. So, I'm just going to get right into it. I have had a very not fun about month and a half. First things first, my brand new computer that I had bought and spent a incredible arm and a leg on just decided to, like, out of nowhere, literally, it would turn on, it would work for like 5 seconds and then just die. Blue screen of death. All over the place. But needless to say, what had happened was my processor died, my RAM sticks died, and my video card died, literally all at one time. How that happened? I don't know. That's my luck. And yesterday, I finally got the computer back after a month and a half. So, yay. Now, the funny thing is, that's not even the worst of everything that has happened. And that brings us to today's video. I'm going to try to make it short, but we're going to say not last weekend, not the weekend before, September 30th. That's Saturday. That was not a day that I wanted to spend, how I wanted to spend my Saturday. That morning I wake up, I have my regular breakfast, toast with some peanut butter and some strawberry preserves on it. Nothing major. Later on in the day, I decided to go to the hardware store because I need to get some potting soil so I can overwinter some peppers that I have. Love doing that. Maybe we'll do videos of that next season. I don't know. But as I'm at the hardware store, all of a sudden I'm like, what the hell is this? What is going on in my belly here? Something ain't right. So as I'm waiting for the guys to load the potting soil into my truck, they finally are able to load me in. I helped them out, which wasn't the greatest of idea either. I leave, and as I'm driving home, I just can't get home fast enough. So I get home, I'm like, hey, maybe I should just try using the bathroom. No, that wasn't a good idea. I almost passed out on the toilet like Elvis, except I didn't die. Go to my room and I lay down, and the pain is just even worse. Put a heating pad on, blah, blah, blah. I make a call to my mom. She's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, you need to get over here because I need to call an ambulance or something because I'm like dying. So she gets here, she calls the ambulance. They finally get here like 15 minutes later. It was probably 2 minutes later, but when you're like in so much pain, it doesn't even matter. They wheel me down the stairs. Off to the ambulance I go, and then off to the hospital I go. When I get to the hospital, they're like, hey, what kind of pain are you in? I finally know what 10 out of 10 means, because it was just the worst pain that I've ever felt in all my life. Right off the bat, they're like, hey, it could be a couple of things. One, probably appendicitis, maybe like your appendix burst, whatever, no big deal. There was another option of maybe like my gallbladder that they, said could have been infected or whatever it is. They were like, look, we can take out your appendix, we can take out your gallbladder, the caveman parts, bada boom, bada bing, you're out the door. No big deal. I'm like, cool. All right, fantastic. So as I'm in the ER and they're explaining this stuff to me and they give me like pain medicine, whatever, they're like, hey, we're going to send you off to get a CT scan just to see what's going on, just in case. So if you've never had a CT scan, it's not like an MRI, but it's kind of like the MRI type thing. But they put like this contrast stuff, I think it's iodine or whatever, into your bloodstream or into your body, whatever. So like it shows up better on the CT scan. Also, when they put it in, makes you feel like you're going to pee. It's really weird, really weird. You don't pee yourself, you just feel like you're going to pee yourself. So I get the CT scan a little bit later. Doctors come back to like, hey, so it might be something else. And I'm like, oh, okay, wait, what's that? They're like, it could be your ileum. I'm like, I don't know what that is. You're speaking parts. I'm not a doctor. Explain. I guess like the ileum is something that like attaches your large intestine to your small intestine. I don't know. It's like the poop canal that they travel. I don't know. Again, I'm not a doctor. And they say that could be inflamed. That'll be an easy surgery too. So at this point, I'm like, okay, no big deal. Surgery can't be any worse than all this pain that I'm in anyways. And then they're like, hey, we're just going to take you in for surgery tonight. Tonight. Not like tomorrow, but like tonight. It seems like it might be kind of bad. Oh. Okay. You just made it sound like these were pretty simple surgeries. So my basic surgery is now turned into an emergency surgery, and I was like, you know what, whatever, let's just do this. A little bit later, they wheel me into the outside area of the operating room, and I'm just waiting for my surgeon to come in. They're like, that's all we're waiting on, your surgeon to come in, and we're going to just throw you right in. I said, okay, no big deal. So I'm probably in that other room maybe 15, 20 minutes, something like that, and then my surgeon walks in, he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, you look like John Stamos. He was just like, okay. He said, we're just going to go in there, we're going to take care of these issues, and then you're going to be out. And I said, let's just do this, no big deal. So my mom was in that little room with me or whatever. I'm like, hey, say a prayer for me. They wheel me into the operating room, which I thought was going to be like this huge room, this huge like super white room with 1,083 lights in it. No, kind of looked like a dungeon to me. So they wheel me in, they hook me up to the IV, they put a mask on me. I'm like, hey, while we're in here, can we just play some good music? Not that I was going to be able to hear it. I was like, can we like put on The Weekend or something like that? And I was out. That's literally the last thing I remember. So from there, I guess my surgery had went... It was only supposed to be like an hour and a half surgery, something like that. Apparently it went like an hour longer, and I didn't get up into my room until like 1:30 in the morning-ish, because you got to count in that, you know, a couple hours of recovery time where they watch over you after you're coming out of anesthesia and all that fun stuff. So I wake up and I'm like, what's going on? There's like a whole bunch of doctors and stuff around me. My mom's there, and they're like, you made it out of your surgery. We're going to talk in the morning. I said, fantastic. Let me just fall asleep. And out. So that morning, all the doctors that came in, maybe like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. Can't believe they were there all night. I hope one of them took a nap. But they come in and they're like, hey, so what had happened was, we made some cuts in you. I have 7 incisions. 7 incisions. I got like, let me see if I can stand up here real quick. I got 7 incisions, like 1, 2, 3 in my belly button, 4 right here, 5 right there, 6 somewhere in there, and then 1 right under my stomach, under my belly button, a little bit under, like your gut, waist area. And they said, hey, your appendix was fine. Great. Your gallbladder was fine. Great. But what wasn't good was your intestines and your colon. I said, look, I know I eat a lot of freaking Mexican food, Chinese food, Chipotle, you know, I get it. But basically what they had to do was what is called a sigmoid resection. So they took 12 inches of my large intestine, cut it out. To save some gross details, they had to, I guess, take my colon out and clean it. I guess it was ruptured, and along with my intestine, I guess there was I was suffering a little bit of diverticulitis that I didn't even know that I had, and that had caused the colon rupture, and I guess there was stuff leaking into my body. Yeah, luckily I didn't have to have one of those colostomy bags, because if I would have had one of those, I'm like, we're going right back into surgery. I'm not dealing with that. So that has been my emergency surgery that had happened, and now it's been about 2 weeks since I've been home from the hospital, and you know, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm still on like a low fiber diet, and you know, there's some stuff that I still can't eat yet. I'm waiting to go to my surgeon here at the end of the month, you know, for my follow-up appointment. I'm gonna ask him, I'm like, yo man, can I start eating all the good foods and the hot sauces and all that stuff again? Good news is, you know, I did ask him that in the hospital, and he was like, look, when all this is done, you can eat whatever you want. So that's good. It's not like I'm going to be, you know, banned from any foods for the rest of my life. So that's good. But overall, if you ever have to have this surgery, just be prepared for a few things. One, the first couple of days, not exactly pain-free, but you know, you're gonna be pretty tender, and you got to kind of learn how to maneuver yourself. So you know, you're not either A, breaking open your incisions, or B, hurting yourself even further. Please get up, move around as much as you can after your first maybe like 1 or 2 days, and because that's super important. You're gonna need to get that exercise, because you gotta keep things moving. You gotta keep things moving, because it's you don't want to be hurting. Also, your diet the first like 4 days is nothing but liquid, so get ready for that. Also, if you're a dude, I had to have a catheter at like the first day. I kind of had an idea on how a catheter worked, but I wasn't aware of a balloon that goes in your wiener, and I guess it helps expands like your bladder or urethra or something for, you know, the pee to come out, whatever. Wasn't aware of that. And whenever they took the catheter out, they were like, yeah! I was like, ah! Luckily I was probably on some oxys or something then, because I mean, it probably hurt a lot more than what it should have. If you can be on any kind of oxys while doing that, because I was not prepared for that. Having a balloon ripped out of your wiener is like the weirdest feeling ever. 10 out of 10, don't recommend. Also, while you're in the hospital, please do this, maybe don't do this. Ask your nurse first. Learn how to work your IV machine. Because when the thing starts going off all the time, because, you know, this fluid's out, this antibiotic's out, this is out, it drives you nuts. So within like the first day, I was learning how to silence everything, shut it off, and I would only call the nurse in whenever like my IVs ran out. Because, you know, having a nurse come in to, you know, shut your alarm off and everybody else in the hallway, it's kind of annoying. So learn how to do it yourself to help yourself out and to help them out. Anything you can do to help them out, they appreciate. But again, ask your nurse if you want to do that. And then also, probably like the third day in, I was off of like my like super pain meds. I think it was Dilaudid and obviously Oxy. I was like, no, I'd rather just stick with Tylenol because, you know, when I get home, I'm not going to have these cool medicines. So I got to learn how to toughen up anyways. And, yeah, and just, you know, become super independent for yourself while in the hospital. Again, like, you know, with on that liquid diet, you're going to be going to the bathroom peeing a lot. So, you know, the faster you can learn how to get to the bathroom yourself without having any nurse help, whatever, that's only going to benefit you. 2, whenever you first start going to the bathroom, number 2s, it's a bloodbath. That's the best way of putting it. For probably like the first time it happens and then like the next 15 poops after that, it's just a bloodbath. So be prepared for that, but that's a good thing because it lets them know that blood is getting to like the connection, I guess. So that's okay. If it continues after like the second day, let your nurse or doctors know because then there might be a problem. Keep that in mind. But again, like I said, I have been home for about 2 weeks now. I haven't really done anything. I drove to a doctor's appointment yesterday myself, so it's been 2 weeks since I've been driving. Well, longer than that. That wasn't too bad. I took some Tylenol before I left just in case, you know, having to make turns, look back, you know, I just whatever to help make things a little bit easier for me to drive. Overall, though, like, pain is like pretty much non-existent. Your scars and incisions do get a little tender. Like I said, mine's around the waistline, so like my waistbands for like my gut cheese, my shorts, sweatpants, you know, you want to wear light, loose clothing stuff, kind of irritates it a little bit, but you know, you just roll it down a little bit and you're fine. So I'm glad that I got my computer back because now I can start editing videos. I was using my old school computer, you know, while I was waiting for this one to come back, and I just couldn't edit videos. It was just taking forever and ever. So hopefully now I'll be back to being able to do these videos. Hopefully I can do the WWE Crown Jewel video that's coming up and all of that fun stuff. So we're trying to get things back on track. I'm going to be home now for probably like another 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, and I'm going to try to do as many videos as I can. I got to get back on this because I want to continue to do this again. And all the support that you can offer would be great. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, favorite it, hit the notification. I don't know what all I'm supposed to say anymore because it's been a while and rules change every day here on YouTube. But look forward to more videos. And if you ever have this surgery, it's not as bad as what it sounds. And if you have any questions, leave them for me down in the comment section below. Again, I am not a doctor. So any info that I give you, do not take as doctor advice. I don't want to get sued. And 2, I'm just some guy on YouTube. Yeah, that's going to be it. We'll see you here next time, guys. I'm going to go recover. Maybe I'm going to go take another nap. A nap sounds great right now.